Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. Kenneth Okonkwo is back and back with a bang, and he has begun the 2027 election campaign in earnest, and he has said to give Nigerians a foolproof that can never fail, a strategy that cannot fail is foolproof, and this is one strategy that will beat all glitches that INEC may likely bring, and will also override every form of rigging that is already anticipated. But funny enough, in all of this, he has said to take a stand. Shockingly, he has picked a candidate, according to him, who will do this magic. But you're going to find out who this candidate is and why he's standing solidly behind this candidate. After that, we'd like to brainstorm. We'd like you also to find your view on this matter. But let's watch the video first. My colleague is in the house.
If people would yield to strategy and not sentiment, give Bola Tinubu his own style, his own strategy, and he's back to Bodilon. What did Bola Tinubu do in 2015? He went to the north, picked a man that he knows that all the northerners are in support. As at that time, Bola Tinubu wanted to be president because he said it's his lifetime ambition. But he knew that if he, as a southerner, tries to take out an incumbent southerner, he will fail because nobody has succeeded from the same section of the president, incumbent, to take out an incumbent president. He went to the north and brought a man that he knew that all the northerners are supporting. And when he brought him, any combination from the south took out Jonathan. And he bided his own time. And he came in later to become the president. That is strategy. If my own strategy this time around is that I am going to support a northerner in 2027.
Really?
Yes. And it must be my condition to the northerners. It must be a northerner that the whole north will be willing to support.
Like an Atiku.
If the whole north is willing to support an Atiku, why not?
Or a Tambuwal.
If the whole north is willing to support, why not?
Or an Erufai.
Good. The person must be qualified, must have experience, and if he has experience in the presidency, it's an added advantage. And when we put up anything from the south, that will push him through. Let me tell you.
But would that be fair? Would that be fair that there was an 8 years of Buhari, a 4 years, if the case is the way you have put it, of Bola Tinubu, and then now the South has not had a share of 8 years in the rotation understanding of Nigeria, politically speaking? Would that be a fair game?
Good. Thank you for this question. And let me use this opportunity to clarify. The term of the president is 4 years, not 8 years. According to Alex Ekweme, what they agreed initially is that this post will be rotated amongst the geopolitical zones for 4-year term. And it will, in 24 years, it will have completed. But when Obasanjo came in, that was why Ekweme contested for 2003 election. That was when he said it. When Obasanjo came in, he took 8 years. But what happened? When Yar'Adua came in, before he finished one term, he died in office. Did they not insist that he must finish his 8 years? The answer is no. You know why? It is one term for the president, and the 8 years is for the incumbent. If the incumbent is doing well, if there is a supervening event that stops an incumbent halfway, the other half is there for every Nigerian to contest. And if it goes to the other side will now spend 4 years. That was what happened between Yar'Adua and Goodluck Jonathan. Yar'Adua spent 4 years. Just take it 4 years. Of course, you know he died before the 3rd year. And then it was a supervening event that did not allow the incumbent to finish the 8 years. What happened? Goodluck Jonathan came. The North said, please, let us finish our 8 years. They said, no, it's a joint ticket. Something has happened. And this is the vice president. Treat it as a joint ticket. Let them divide the position now into half. 4 years for the North, 4 years to the South. And after, it will come back to the North to finish its 8 years. And that was what happened. Even when Jonathan wanted to now continue to do 8 years, the North said no. That will now be injustice. And they fought. and they took it back to the north. And the north finished 8 years. Now it is back to the south. And Tinubu has become incurably bad. And now you want to terminate his incumbency. Anybody telling you that it's injustice, if the north comes in, if the south comes in, and whoever wins in a primary election will take it for 4 years. Where is the injustice? It has happened before. So, and anybody telling you to bring a fresh southerner to compete against Tinubu, a southerner, is trying to tell you to zone the ticket to Tinubu, and Tinubu will win outrightly. So, in your zone, if you listen to Olufalaye said his election was rigged. But immediately the people rigged him out. They prevailed on him that he is a fellow Yoruba person that he contested with. Why not let him leave it? We have not had a good electoral system. This election is going to be written, like I've always told you, in 2027. They have already prepared it. Have they done electoral? Yes, have they done.
Do you have evidence to that?
No, I told you 2023 there was technical glitch, and they have not given us the excuse till today. Technical glitch, by my own definition, is the process of suspending an election so that you can write it instead of transmitting it. And there is no assurance that you do not have in 2027.
If you say
so
that
if they write
the
2027 and is a fellow southerner that you're competing with, they will prevail on you. Please leave him. He's your fellow southerner. And then that is how they will steal the election. So if you bring somebody from the southeast, even if you win, they will steal it from him. Let me tell you the strategy that will make the southeast man to be president. Do you know the southwest has never contested election against an incumbent? Strategy. Because they know in Nigeria, if you don't have the establishment supporting you, even if you win, they will steal it from you. Olufalaye said it was stolen from him. If you ask me, I will say we won the election in 2023. It was stolen from us because we didn't have.
Peter Obi won the election.
That's my belief. In 2023, I believe it. But they stole it from us.
Let me ask
you. And if you do it again, they will steal it again from you because there is no incumbent to back you. But if you bring somebody from the north, nobody will prevail on him to leave his victory quickly. Because, yes, because he's not from the same side.
All right, welcome back. We all have heard what Kenneth Okonkwo said. It doesn't matter if the North takes. He said, what, for what reason? 4 years is for anybody, for the peaks. It's not particularly for the South. It's not particularly for the North. Anybody who wins is a Nigerian can take it. And besides, he believes that Peter Obi does not have the power of incumbency, does not have a structure, a powerful structure to sustain afterwards the turn of the South. And if Peter Obi loses, they'll say, leave it for Tinubu now. He's also a Southerner. It happened in the Olufalaye's time. What stops it from happening now? But what's your take on the viewpoint of Kenneth Okonkwo?
Well, it sounds very brilliant. It sounds very objective, but we have to be clear about something, and that thing is that there is a write-up, or let me say there is an unwritten constitution about giving 8 full term to one region, either south or north, whoever will come from there, you give it. Now, in the situation we found ourselves is a case of poor performance. We're talking about a case of poor performance here. We're not talking about a case of, we're not talking about a case of someone died or all of that. We're talking about a case of poor performance. And it's on the poor performance we're talking about is that of the South. The guy who is in there is not performing superbly. He's not giving us what we want. And that is why Peter Obi said, I'm going to take the next 4 years from him because I know that there's this unwritten constitution. Give me the next 4 years and immediately I finish, I will hand over to the North. It's simple. We are not, Peter Obi is a man who has a class of his own. Whether you like, even the Northerners will tell you that man has a class of his own. In terms of transparency, in terms of empathy, in terms of involvement in everything that has to do with the people. He's a true Democrat. And that's why Nigerians are saying, let's give him a chance. All the permutation and calculation that Kenneth Okonkwo is rolling out, for me, is just stories for the gods, because unfortunately it cannot suffice. Because one thing that the likes of Wike and other supporters of Tinubu will do is just to say it is the turn of the South. There's nothing you can do about it, and they will start pointing it out. Remember, during the time of so person, it was 8 years. Remember, during the time of it's something for me. It may look very strategic. It may look like a strategic thinker there that talking about Kenneth, but I tell you the truth. There's a lot of flaws. Kenneth Okonkwo, there's a lot of flaws in that strategy he's bringing in. It will be so easy for Atiku to be flawed. That one is there's no two ways about it. If Atiku can just wait for the next 4 years, allow this guy. By that time, it's not going to be something that Atiku will struggle, because Nigeria nationally will give him the opportunity to run the show for the next 8 years, even if he's unalive. That's he quits the stage by virtue of natural means. Another northerner will take over 4 years. We must not allow there to be issues in this whole thing. I mean, for me, I'm so shocked that he's talking this way. He has always been a very objective thinker, but this time around, it seems as though maybe that dirty looker has started roaming around him. I don't know, but however, that's the situation here.
Dirty looker, you mean Naira?
Naira, yeah.
Okay, but for me, I totally stand with you, but let me correct an impression here that Kenneth Okonkwo made that he didn't notice. I don't know if it's an oversight or he deliberately decided not to mention it. When Bola Ahmed Tinubu picked up Buhari and said, I would package you, give you the support of the Southwest so that you will win and take power of incumbency from Jonathan, he forgot to mention that it was actually the turn of the North that season.
Exactly.
And that season, if you watch very well, it was so easy to beat a good luck Jonathan, because Jonathan was supposed to do just 4 years. It was now the turn of the North normally, because Jonathan intercepted it. Yes. So it was easier to beat him. There was a time when, if you watch the turn of Buhari and what's it called now, and Atiku, no other person but four. It was just between Buhari, who is an APC person, and Atiku, who was a PDP person. And it was effortless. Everybody just chose between the two northerners who would win. And it was still Buhari that took the day. So let's tell ourselves the truth here and stop beginning to tweak and twist words or facts just to suit us because we want to, support a particular candidate. You have your reasons for supporting Atiku, but I can tell you for free, if you use this same strategy, quote me, it will be easy to beat an Atiku. Why? Because if this is the tone of the South, it's as if you want to undermine the South.
Of course.
Simply because does it mean that it is not that have absolute power to leadership? If the Nigeria, we all have an unwritten constitution to understand ourselves, 8 years South, 8 years North. If we have already, even if it is 4 years South, 4 years North, then it should continue like that in rotation. But since it's becoming 8 years, then let everybody respect the 8 years. You cannot, because you want to, if you are cutting a Southerner because of non-performance, replace the Southerner with a Southerner. It's simple logic. Even me personally, it's not even a case. So let's just see who comes out as the primary ticket and we'll choose our candidates. Let's go wrap it up. Let's listen to our conversation.